Timothy Jones was a father whose actions shocked the world with their cruelty and brutality. His story is one of unimaginable horror and tragedy. He seemed like any other dad living in South Carolina with his 5 little kids. On the outside, he had a normal job as a software engineer and was taking care of the kids on his own after a recent separation. On a September evening in 2014, local police in a small South Carolina town were conducting routine traffic stops. But get this, one car really catches their eye. It's just one dude driving, but it reeks from the car. Anyway, when the police stopped him to check it out, they saw blood all over the seats. And in the back there was stuff wrapped up that looked real suspicious. The driver was Timothy. They started asking him questions about where he was coming from and where he was headed. But he wasn't giving them straight answers. He was being really vague. This started raising some red flags for the officers. They told Timothy that if he didn't start cooperating and explaining himself properly, they were going to get a search warrant to take a closer look in his vehicle. He explained to the police that he had been divorced for a couple years, and since then, he was the only parent taking care of his 5 young kids all by himself. On top of that, he was working a full-time job. The stress had taken its toll, and Timothy struggled with controlling his anger. Then one night, there was a small accident at home involving his oldest son. Timothy admitted that in a moment of blind rage, he just lost it and attacked the boy until he collapsed. When he finally came to his senses, Timothy was horrified by what he had done. Scared and panicking about getting into serious legal trouble, he made the terrible decision to also kill his other 4 children to cover up what had happened to the oldest. So after killing his kids, Timothy just drove around with their bodies in the back for over a week. Couldn't figure out what to do, I guess. Finally, he ditched them in some remote spot, hoping no one would ever find the poor kids. Cops pushed him more for info, but dude showed zero remorse. Total psychopath. Even the officers couldn't believe how evil this guy was.